Not really scrimmage yet. We'll do that Thursday before we take that Easter break. One of the great things about Baylor is obviously having a 4-day university break, so the players will actually get 7 days off between practices, and I've never done that before, so we'll see if that's good or bad. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm sure it will be. But today was just another work day, another day to practice. Got some situational work at the end, some third down and red zone. It can be a little sloppy at times as you introduce new variables, not just running the plays, but where we are. But thought that, enough good things. I really like their effort. I like the team. They're working hard. So, we'll go back, correct it, and see where we are.
Is this first day with the refs and everything? This is 5 days in. What do you think?
Yeah, this is the first day with referees, just being a Saturday. It's always good to have those guys here, and just not even just the calls, but also the mechanics of lining up, making sure that you're lined up properly. And I like where we are. We have a lot of receivers that are down, and so we have a lot of guys stepping up. We have Jay Sedgwick, playing kicker, playing receiver to help us get through. But we have a lot of positions with a lot of depth, so I see us all improving. I think the biggest thing is there's just a good work ethic, and there's just a good energy amongst the team.
How's the O-line?
They're coming. With Blackmar and Malin, two guys who started last year out right now. It's an opportunity for some of the younger guys. As the days go on, sometimes, some of it runs together for some of the young kids. But I do see a lot of effort. I see a lot of guys that played for us last year gotten a lot better. Xavier Newman and Sam Tecklenburg really have made another step. Their second year playing O-line in this system. And, Christian Beard's done a nice job for us as Pat Lawrence is getting better, Jake Food Morgan. So that's the starting group. And then, a lot of those guys that redshirted last year are taking advantage of this opportunity. So they're getting better. We have a long, long way to go up front on the offensive line. That'll really, to my mind, determine what type of team we have is, how we play up front. And but they are making progress.
How's the mechanics of that working in terms of the coaching and Sean there and George being around? How's the mechanics of that working?
Great. Sean's a great coach, and I'd like to think I'm a pretty decent O-line coach, and I say I'm going to go down there, but I go down there. Sean and Josh Cochran have it handled, and they're always under George's watchful eye, and so George is, if he sees anything, he can always say something to them after practice or help guide them. But Sean's a great coach, and I think the players have responded. They just kind of picked up right where it left off, and they're getting better.
What has that been like for you getting down there and working with players on an individual level again?
Well, I always I try to do that with the D-line during the season at times. I always try to take the D-tackles, but it's fun for me, everyone has a position group. We go to position meetings. I'm like the loneliest guy in the building, sitting in my office. And so that's why I got into coaching, was to work with players and watch them get better. And so when you're the head coach, you don't always get a chance to do that as much. And I try to find small ways to do that. So to have a chance to do that on the offensive line is good. I also don't want to rob the assistant coaches of, the relationships that they have. So I try to do it here and there, step in and help where I can without being too much of a nuisance.
Even though there's a long way to go, do you see the pieces at least that gives you confidence that O-line will be right when the season
begins? The O-line will be right. They'll get there. It's just step by step, day by day, process of getting better, get those other kids healthy, and getting a couple new kids. Thank you very much. What made you think I needed to thank you?
Coach, last year you had so many injuries. Are you being maybe a little bit more cautious this year?
Absolutely not. People that worry about getting hurt get hurt. What I've been around, guys I've been around that are good, football players play football. Guys that are worried about getting hurt, they get hurt. We had very few injuries in practice last year. They were mainly in the games, which was frustrating. And we also had several guys that had injuries from 2 and 3 years before that, some going back to high school. That we just made a decision, collectively as a medical department, that all those kids to get everyone cleaned up. So a lot of kids had maybe needed surgery from 2 or 3 years ago, but we're going to continue to practice. And the way we practice, a lot's been made of it. We practice the way Alabama practices, the way LSU practices. It's not different than those guys. And so we have to get good before we worry about that. So we'll continue to work. And I think the biggest difference, this is, and we have a lot of high school coaches here today. I think the thing that they've talked about is how much bigger and stronger we look. And so as you get bigger and stronger, the injuries lessen. And I think that's one of the things.
How much of a concern, if any, is the tight end, just the lack of depth and experience there?
I feel good about the guys that are there. You wish you had a returning vet, especially Solon. He played a little bit of tight end last year. He'll probably play on the OLB line when he comes back. Jamie Jacobs, we moved him over there, and he's looked outstanding. And so I think that's his long-term move. Tyler Henderson redshirted last year. He's got a lot of talent. Christoph Henley is a young kid, but he's going to be really, really good. So I feel good about those bodies. It's just the experience of it, that we'll just have to wait and see. But that's why it's why we're practicing to get those guys better. But I think a real positive for me so far this camp has been Jamie Jacobs. And we have some really good non-scholarship guys that are helping us out there that do a good job. Cody George and Kobe Bullard, Evans, those guys are all they're doing a nice job. So I think the position is good. It's just going to be how much progress we can make before the season.
Can you talk about quarterback? I mean, quarterback, obviously, Charlie returning. Talk about maybe how much he's stepped up since he's been here, and how is he meshing with the 2 other guys that are up for the position?
I think Charlie. I think the biggest key for a guy that plays as a true freshman is that next year sometimes they have a tendency to try to be perfect, to try to do everything, and so you still want Charlie to play the way Charlie plays. And so, but at the same time, I'm all over him during practice, make sure that he's doing things right. But Charlie's a winner. He's played a lot of football. He's a really, really good guy, and he's a great leader amongst his group. I really am happy with Preston Hurd. I think he does a great job. He's a worker. He's a really smart, intelligent kid. And then Gary Bohannon's just has a ton of talent, and he's in it. He's in the football. He's in the book. He knows what he's doing. He works at it. He's very coachable. So I feel like the long-term health for that position is looks good. Looks promising. But Charlie's done a nice job so far. We tried to bring him along slowly early, and now we're really I don't know how much you saw today, but we tried to open up some today for him.
His shoulder's feeling fine. He's still on pitch count, I guess.
Yeah, he complained to me that the pitch count was too low. So I told him to go talk to the doctor, not me. I'm not getting involved in that. But we probably were conservative early, and he's getting better. And we don't hit the quarterbacks in the spring when they're in the orange jersey, so hopefully he won't take a lot of contact and we'll get better.
Have you had anybody else go down this week or after this time this week?
Tony Nicholson. I think the first day Tony Nicholson fell on the grass and hurt his hand, so he's out right now. And I think he'll be back before the end of spring ball. Mims has been slowed with a hamstring here and there. He practiced today, but no one major. I think a couple guys I saw they got pulled out today for did something that was anything. So the normal bumps and bruises, but nothing.
Before spring ball started, you said competition was the biggest thing you wanted to foster with the young guys. Now, 2 weeks in, are you proud of that effort? Are you seeing that?
Yeah, they're competing, and I just like to see a football team that plays with a little bit of an edge, and I think we're starting to see some of that in terms of the competitiveness. I think a couple guys have really stepped up to bring some of that along. Whether it's defense, the Greg Robertses and Ira Lewises, some vets that are leading the way. I think offensively, Jermichael Hasty is a guy that first play over here, he ran the ball in for a touchdown, and as he steps up, it's bringing some energy and competitiveness to the group. So that's what we want to see. We don't want to see them get through practice. We want to see them go out there and try to win and try to get after each other. And so I feel good about where they are.
Just noticed the other day, just like do these guys like it when it's full contact or maybe not full contact, but pads on, the whole thing, getting that kind of thing?
Yeah, they like to play football. I mean, there's not that whole storyline kind of from last spring about the time. I mean, they're out there, they're getting after each other. You like to get to a point where you have a team that you have to tell to slow down, not speed up. And they're a team that we're having to tell to slow down. And so that's there's a lot of guys. I mean, I think a lot of it just again comes with their natural physical development. They're just as they get a year older. You play so many young guys, they're all walking around. Their necks are bigger, their shoulders are bigger. It's hard to play football when you have a neck like mine. When it gets big and strong, contact doesn't bother you. So they're a physical group, and it makes it easy for me because then I can say, hey, that's enough guys. Let's have practice here. So I'm not having to push them and drive them. They're letting their competitive nature take way over. And I think part of that is, we have a good group of guys even that are injured, and we're doing a great job with the injured guys, those long-term guys like Platt. So even when they come back, they're coming back really physically developed. But because of some of the injuries, you have guys that then have to step up. So you have to have Henry Black take over. Over was suspended. We've eventually we've dismissed Eric from the team, so he's no longer with us. So guys like Henry Black and Jalen Petrie, they have to step up and take just that many more reps. And Platt, those guys being out, now those other receivers have to step up and take that many more reps. And so the guys, they're accepting that responsibility, and they're willing.
Eric is completely gone for the team.
Yeah, Eric's no longer with us, and nothing, not one single thing, just with repeated violation of athletic department policies, and we love him, we wish him the best. He just he's not going to be with us.
The other three suspended guys are still just
Talk about Monday. One last one. Monday, big day, pro day. I mean, it's a big opportunity for some guys.
Yeah, I'm proud of those seniors. They did a great job for us last year in terms of their leadership, and I hope seeing Ish Wayne right out here today. We've had Taylor Young, Davian Hall, a bunch of those guys come back. So I know we'll have some teams here, and an opportunity for those guys to go out and show what they can do. And their film is their resume, and this is like the job interview. And I'm hopeful for them that they'll go out and run well. I know they've trained really hard, and I'm proud of that group. And so even a guy like one guy that really stands out to me is KJ Smith. Wasn't able to play last year, then didn't get the NCAA waiver. So he's been training. He's actually been working, doing an internship for school in the weight room, training the guys. And so I'm anxious to see him. I'm very hopeful that he'll do well, and we'll put our best foot forward for the NFL.
Obviously, they come for the players, but your NFL connections, your staff's NFL connections, does that help in terms of getting guys here to at least be seen?
I just think I think they come for the players, but I do think that when we talk to somebody about somebody, I think they take us at our word. And I know that when George DeLeon speaks about an offensive line, people listen when Phil speaks. So, and I think we tell our players, hey, we're always going to be truthful, but we have a lot of great things to say about our players, and so. I think people are excited about the kids that will be coming out over the next couple of years into the National Football League. The guys leaving the program this year and in the following years are all going to be pro ready in terms of the way they practice, the way they prepare, the way they carry themselves. And I think that you want NFL teams to know that when they get a guy from Baylor, they get a guy that's going to do things the right way. And Taylor Young and Tay and all those guys are certainly tremendous ambassadors.